Good afternoon to you, and welcome to yet another amazing and informative session and edition of the program Empower Her. Well, my name is Rita Inung, and I'm your anchor on this program, brought to you for your viewing pleasure on Spectrum TV. Well, as you can see, gracing your screens this afternoon, I am, of course, not going to be doing this alone, as I have with me this very intelligent, delectable woman seated just beside me. I'm going to have her do the honors of getting us to meet her this afternoon. Welcome to you. Let's meet you.
Thank you very much to my beautiful host. My name is Ubobong Udwak Eseden,
Okay.
and I'm a registered nurse.
Wow. All right. And so we have Udwak in the house, a registered nurse for that matter. Thank you so much for coming on the program today.
You're welcome.
Okay, and so today we are going to be having this very interesting discussion about something very, very educating. Of course, as girls, as women, as young adults, okay, of this particular gender, when you are being called a female, it is very imperative that you understand that there is a lot that you should be holding dear. There is a lot you should be striving to know, and there is a lot that you should be trying to inform yourself about. And because of that, today we are going to be talking about self care for a woman and self appreciation for a woman. And Udwak is going to be helping us with this discuss this morning. Of course, this afternoon, I beg your pardon. It feels like I'm stuck in the morning. All right. And so, Udwak, I'd like you to give us an overview of what you think self care is. Let's start with self care.
Okay, I'll be making it very simple
Okay.
for easy understanding. Self-care simply means intentionally taking care of yourself or intentionally caring for your mental, emotional, physical well-being of a person.
Okay.
When once an individual does this, you're practicing self care. You must be intentional. You must intentionally care
Mhm.
for yourself, not just physically,
Yeah.
but mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Udwak. So, Udwak is letting us know this morning that self care is an ensemble of everything in between. You have to care for yourself mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually at the end of the day. So, when we talk self care, Udwak is making us understand that it's not for you as a woman to just only wake up in the morning, have your bath, cream yourself up, and then step out to start your day. Self care is even more deeper than that. Of course, we're going to be starting first off with physical self care for a woman. And as a registered nurse, I'm very sure that you have loads and loads to offload for us based on that particular subheading. So, talk to me.
Okay, physical health care or self care simply means taking care of your appearance.
Okay.
Because once, as an individual, the first thing that strikes someone is how you appear.
Mm,
So, physical self care, firstly, is paying attention to your personal hygiene,
okay.
having your bath as regular as you can, not just having maybe morning and evenings alone. There are people
Yeah.
that sweat so much,
Yeah.
so they'll need to have their bath even 3 4 times a day, as often as you can, as long as you have time. Even when you don't, you should create time for that so you won't start emitting an unpleasant smell.
Mm,
So you should have your bath regularly. You should care for your hair care. You should ensure that even when your hair is not braided, it's properly packed, you look presentable. You should ensure that you use deodorant, body sprays while you're going out, even while you're at home. After having your bath, you should use deodorant and body spray so you won't emit an unpleasant smell.
okay.
It is also very important to note that your physical care now also involves the way you dress.
Mm.
So you should dress not just presentable. You don't have to break a bank to look good. You
Mm.
should always ensure you look good and smell good,
Yeah.
because you'll be addressed the way you look.
All right. Okay, that is Udwak, and Udwak is letting us know that first of all, you have to make sure you have your bath regularly. So it's not about just morning, evenings, as we have been made to believe, but trying deliberately, okay, to see how you make sure you know your body type, you know your metabolism type, and treat your body as such. She has also made us understand that you have to look good. Make sure by all means you try to look good, because you definitely will be addressed the way you dress. All right, thank you so much, Udwag. And let's move over to yet another important side of the divide. We're talking about mental and emotional self-care right here for the girl child. What does this entail?
Okay, basically as women, women give out, and they give out so much and receive little or nothing.
Mm.
So it is very important that you create time,
Okay.
sit back, and think, just reflect on yourself, appreciate yourself. For instance, you could just complete a task, maybe a goal you had set for yourself, and you complete it. You say, go girl, you did so well today.
Mm.
It's a way of boosting your morale, it's a way of staying mentally fit, because you're giving out so much, you get drained.
Yeah.
And you should know that you are enough. You shouldn't wait for appreciation from your bosses. You shouldn't wait for appreciation from your husbands, your fiancés, or anybody. You should learn to appreciate yourself, because if you do not know your worth, before you know it, low self-esteem comes
Mm.
in, and gradually you're drowning. Before you know, you're going into depression. So it is very, very important that you sit back, take out time, appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
Just look in the mirror and say, oh man, I look so pretty
Mm.
today. Have you seen my dress? Oh, this hair came out so nice. It looks so good on me. Oh, this dress, I was so worried on how it would be, but see, I'm slaying in this
Yeah.
outfit. Oh, I couldn't achieve this yesterday, but today we keep going. I'll do way better, and I can achieve that. So this is a way of staying mentally checked and mentally fit. You're
Okay.
caring for your mental health.
All right. That is very lovely. I think you get to understand that it is very true that women, especially in this side of the world, tend to give every single thing like so much, and they get very little in return. And because of that, Udrak is telling us this morning that look, you do not need to wait for appreciation from different people to make you feel validated. It is a form of self-care to in yourself decide that you want to appreciate yourself, you want to just affirm for yourself and tell yourself all of the beautiful things that you can. It is a way of looking out for yourself, and once you start seeing yourself in beauty, in splendor, in glamour, in all of the beautiful things that you do as a woman for yourself, trust me, you would not be needing anyone to make you feel valid and valued at the end of the day. All right, so let's go over to yet another side of the divide, which is the spiritual aspect of self care. Talk to us about it.
Okay, now for the spiritual aspect of self-care, you know, the a woman or an individual is a whole being.
Mhm.
So your being is made up of both the spiritual and the physical.
Yeah.
You should create time to study your Bible. We have so many knowledge, so many wisdom embedded in the Bible. You should, while you're striving to get money, while you're striving to get other things in life, you should also endeavor to feed the spirit man, because you draw more strength from your spirit man. So you should create time to study your Bible, even if it's a chapter a day.
Yeah.
Create time to study your Bible. Go for church activities. Engage with people of like minds. You could go for fellowships. Sit under someone's tutelage, a
Yeah.
sound believer's tutelage. There you gather more knowledge. You could listen to pre-recorded messages. It also helps you as well. So that's how to take care of your spiritual well, that's how to care for the spiritual being.
Okay, that is very, very enlightening. Okay, and so we're also talking about caring for yourself. I would add by, watching a feel good movie, trying to make sure you stay at home and get very, very maximum hours of sleep as you should, engaging in exercises. Now, this does not in any way mean that you should go to the gym and start getting very involved in lifting weights and all of that. At least 5 minutes every day of dedicated exercise for your whole body maintenance has a thing it does to your mood because of the enzymes that are released by the brain for whatever it is that helps you at that point in time. We are also talking about you getting creative, just as Udrak mentioned. You have to try to see how you could associate with people, try to go somewhere and just be fine, get a massage, connect with people, just try to see how you can look out for yourself, most importantly, at the end of the day. All right. So, Udwak, I'd like you to share with us why it is important
Okay.
for the girl child to care for herself. Why do you think that we are not even talking about how important self care and self appreciation for the girl child is?
Okay, the way we are wired as women, we most times are being moved by the things we hear. So, it is very important for you to appreciate yourself, because once you keep hearing these things, you could make stick notes
Yeah.
and read them out to yourself. Once you keep hearing these things, you could even make a pre-recording where you play them
Yeah.
and you listen to them, because when you do this, it has a way of boosting your morale. It improves your self-worth.
Yeah.
When you say to yourself, I am enough, the fact that I'm not where I wish to be today doesn't mean that this is the end of me.
Mm.
I am more than enough. I can do everything I set my mind to when I do this. It makes you come out radiating a different ray of brightness.
Mm.
It makes you give out good vibes to the society. Someone that is bitter cannot give out a positive energy.
Yeah.
You would always give out a negative energy,
Mm.
negative vibes. But when you program yourself by yourself, nobody can break you.
Yeah.
It is easier for a woman to break when she's relying on other people's appraisal. But
Yeah.
when you have your self appraisal, you know your worth, irrespective of what people say. You do not break. You
Mm.
keep striving because it's coming from here and
Yeah.
not from the outside.
Yeah.
So you give out good vibes to the children around you. You give out good vibes in the relationship you're in.
Mm.
You give out good vibes to the anybody you come across in the society, because your mind has been wired to be self appreciative and to care for yourself. Secondly, you get different forms of connection. There's
Mm.
a way you dress and you walk on the road. There are times I move and someone will ask, oh, are you a nurse? I'll just smile and say yes. I'll go ahead to ask, why do you? I say, the way you dress.
Mm.
Like I had earlier said, you're being addressed the way you dress.
Yeah.
So sometimes the person will say the way you look looks like the nurses of the time of old and all of
Mm.
that. There are times someone will ask me, "Ah, are you a pastor's wife?" Or just smile and say, no, I'm just a Christian.
Yeah.
And we just laugh it off. So you should emit goodness wherever you go. And you can't do this if you do not know that you're a good person.
Yeah.
A colleague of mine had I've read a post on her status yesterday where she said someone had to take down her hair to give to someone that has cancer.
Mm.
So I came to understand a different level of kindness. She wouldn't have been able to care for her cancer patient that is having alopecia if she did not have goodness in her, if she
Mm.
had not been able to bring herself up to the point that she can do so much for the community or for the society,
Yeah.
because she is fully aware of who she is.
Mhm.
That is what self appreciation can do. You appreciate yourself, you know who you are, you can give out to
Mm.
the society in the positive aspect.
All right, that is very lovely. Thank you so much, Udwak.
You're
So
welcome.
you have heard quite very beautifully put this afternoon that it helps you know yourself because in knowing who you are, you are able to be who you are by knowing who you are, dear woman. She has also made us understand that it also aids you to relate with your immediate society, because do not play on the saying that goes, you cannot give what you do not have. So she is letting us know this afternoon that as much as you have that kindness in you, as much as you have all of that beauty in you, as much as you keep reminding yourself of this wonderful package of so many possibilities that you identify as, then you are very capable to give all of those beauties you see to the world at large. All right, thank you so much, Idwak. I
You're
truly
welcome.
appreciate. So we have been using a very, very big word. We have been talking about appreciation, self-appreciation. I'd like you
Okay.
to break that down a bit so people can understand what self-appreciation is.
Okay, self appreciation is simply knowing your value, your worth, not just to yourself, but to the society.
Mm,
So when you sit down, you know your worth, you know the value you give out.
yeah.
It is a way of being able to give out this value as well in the right direction. You
Mm,
know, most times women give, and they do not have time to rest.
mm,
So, self appreciation is simply knowing your worth as a
yeah.
person, knowing what you stand for,
Yeah.
knowing what you contribute to humanity.
Yeah.
That's just what self
All
appreciation
right.
is.
So Uduak has talked about self appreciation at this point in time. And to make that happen, one of the ways to appreciate yourself is by giving yourself self affirmations, affirming to yourself every single time you have the opportunity to, by telling yourself you are worthy, you're deserving of all of the happiness, the health, the peace, telling yourself that you care about you, telling yourself that you deserve all of the goodness and all of the beauty in life, telling yourself that you are worthy of having great relationships and you are not the problem, telling yourself that you are a good person, okay, because you are striving to be a good person, and most importantly, telling yourself that you are enough. Yes,
Yes.
telling yourself that you are enough, because Otwak, you'd agree with me that we live in the times where you're relating with people could make you feel like you're not good enough,
Yes,
maybe
that's
by
true.
your appearance or the way you think. Now, what do you think that does to self care, imbibing self care for a person?
It reduces the person's self-esteem,
Mm,
makes the person have low self-esteem, thus doubting who they really are.
yeah,
I had, okay, let me bring in a story.
yeah.
While I was growing up, I have very fine legs.
Mm,
But I had a friend that would always tell me, your legs are looking like yam legs. They are too big. They are too this. They are too that. But because I come from a family where I get appreciated,
yeah.
we were being taught that regardless of what people say,
Mm,
you should learn to appreciate yourself before others
yeah.
would appreciate you. So regardless of what she said, I just didn't let it get to me.
Mm,
So when I grew up, I came to understand that since she had tinier legs
yeah.
and she wished she had my kind of legs, she thought the best thing to do was make me feel less of myself,
Yeah.
thus making her look as if she's superior to me. But
Mm,
we all have different things to do in life. We have different purposes. So I believe we should focus on why we are here and leave others. Learn to appreciate others. If you can't, just let them be
all
and not
right.
talk down on
All
them.
right. So Udwak is making us understand that, you see, people project their insecurities on other people. And in
Yeah.
doing that, it has a way of making you feel less of yourself. It has a way of making you feel like you're not worthy of all of that care and all of that appreciation that comes from you, looking the way you look, acting the way you act, doing the things you do, and having the things you have. So you have to be very careful. Now, a part of self care is guiding your peace,
Sure.
protecting your energies, knowing the kind of persons you let in your space.
Very
And you can
important.
only do that by letting yourself know, hey, I am enough, no matter what. I am enough. So you have to know yourself first before you can be able to tell another person about you. Okay? So as a woman, it is very important that you always have that at the back of your mind. And
I
so,
think it should be at the front.
the front, right?
So they always see
Yeah,
it.
most importantly, so you can always tap into it in case you want to forget. You always
Yeah.
hold on to it. Yes, that is very important. So, there are a lot of people who do not know about self care and self appreciation. There
Okay.
are a lot of growing women out there who do not necessarily know the importance of caring for themselves and appreciating themselves. And we see it play out every day.
Yeah, it
Low
does.
self esteem,
Same.
what do you want to say to those kind of people? The teenagers, young adults, and even women. What do you have to
Yeah, I
say to
think
them?
we should start with the teenagers.
Okay.
Um, you're beautiful, you're bold, you're enough. So you shouldn't wait for people's validation
Mm.
to know that you are enough. The only thing you should do is work on getting to the best version of you.
Yeah.
That's just it. Don't let anybody get you. Eat, rest, stay hydrated, and know that you are more than enough.
All right, we cannot overly reiterate that no, you are enough. And I'm going to leave you with those words from Louis Hay, and where she says, I'm just going to paraphrase. She says, until you learn to love yourself, you cannot give out all of that love to the people around you. Okay, so learn to love yourself, learn to be appreciative of yourself. It is going to help you be the best version of yourself. You're going to be able to conquer and do all of the amazing things you have hoped that you will be able to do. And trust me, life is a very beautiful place. And just like the acacia, you will glow in your own time and season. Take it easy on yourself. It is a kind of self care and a kind of self love as well. Well, I want to say thank you so much, Udwak, for being my guest on the
Thank you
program.
for having
Thank
me.
you so much. It's been a
Thank
great
you.
time with you. Well, I remain Rita Inum, your host on the program Empower Her. To keep a date with me next week, Wednesday, exactly this time, we will come your way again, strictly for your viewing pleasure, with entertainment, education, and even more information for the life of the girl child. But for now, make sure you stay tuned to Spectrum TV and also have yourself a good rest of your day. Goodbye.